Hello, my name is Pallavi Shukla and I'm part of the Carey MBA program. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to participate in the Business in Ireland Global Immersion experience. When I first arrived in Ireland, I expected to learn about business, strategy, innovation, and economic growth. And I did. But what surprised me most was how much Ireland taught me about timing, resilience, identity, and the human side of ambition. Our very first sessions was with the Chamber of Commerce, where we learned about Ireland's colonial history, Brexit, the European Union, and the long road Ireland took toward economic growth. What stayed with me was not just the facts, but the spirit of the Irish people. Ireland is a country that has known hardship, famine, migration, uncertainty, and reinvention. Yet the people carry life lightly. There is this phrase you often hear in Ireland: it will be grand. At first, I thought it simply meant it will be okay. But over time, I realized it reflects something much deeper. It is a philosophy of resilience, a willingness to move forward even without guarantees. And strangely, that connected deeply to my own life. I lived in America for many years before moving to Hyderabad, India after getting married in 2024. Then I became a mother. Since then, I have often felt caught between two worlds, wondering where I truly belong. Part of me has been anxious to move back to America, quickly chasing certainty, familiarity, and the version of life I once had. But Ireland changed the way I think about immigration and identity. It's a strange emotional experience. Immigration. You leave one place physically, but emotionally you do not fully arrive in the next place for years. Part of you is always suspended between memory and possibility, between who you are and who you are becoming. And Ireland understands that feeling. For generations, Irish people left their homeland searching for opportunity elsewhere. Then decades later, as Ireland reinvented itself economically in the 1990s, many returned home with new perspectives, skills, and identities. That made me realize something important. Sometimes exile, uncertainty, and in-between seasons are not failures. Sometimes they are preparation. Maybe I will return to America one day. Maybe that is still part of my story. But this trip helped me understand that timing matters. Right now, I also have something meaningful here in India. My young son, my family, my culture, and my parents with whom I still have good times. Ireland reminded me that where we live matters less than the attitude with which we live there. I love seeing Ireland's entrepreneurial spirit firsthand. We visited Pierce Lyon's distillery, where whiskey was innovated, brewed inside a restored church, showed us how creativity, storytelling, heritage, and business can come together beautifully. The Docklands visit also showed us how Ireland is thinking about sustainable cities, innovation, and future growth. Working on the family-owned paint company project was another highlight. Collaborating as teams, analyzing expansion opportunities, and presenting recommendations gave us practical insight into the realities of scaling a family business while preserving identity and legacy. I leave Ireland with gratitude for my classmates and professors. This cohort reminded me that good teams need all kinds of people: analytical thinkers, quiet supporters, confident leaders, creative minds, listeners, and challengers. Diversity in perspective strengthens both organizations and human relationships. So I returned home with what I would call a new pair of glasses. Ireland taught me to wear life a little more loosely, to stop gripping the future so tightly.